Hey guys, here I am. Matt's here with Matt's Vintage Video Games. So today I'm going to talk about a totally different topic. I'm going to talk about vaping. So some of you are for vaping, some of you are against vaping, and if you're against vaping, I really don't care. You don't have to watch this channel or this video, and you can feel free to tune out at any time. But if you'd like to hang in there, I'm going to show you a little bit about how I quit smoking cigarettes after about 25 years. So even though you can't see me right now, I'm here. It's going to be a little bit easier if you're able to see my hand, so I can show you what I have here, and I'm going to show you a little bit more about it. But just like a prologue here to the story. I smoked for 25 years. I smoked about 2 packs a day up to at the very end there, right before I quit. And you know they're getting expensive. I was spending $12-15 a day on cigarettes. I mean, I was going broke smoking cigarettes, you know. I'm sure a lot of you are feeling the same thing. So I had to do something else. I smoked for a long time, and I loved the smoke. I just loved smoking. I loved it. So, you know, it was very, very difficult for me to just quit. It was very hard. I tried to patch. I just like to smoke. So this seems to be a safer alternative, and that may yet to be determined, but you can look at a lot of studies that have been done across the pond, and there's a lot of good information on it. So this is my setup. This is what I use. So this is just an e-leaf, I think it's called it's an e-leaf iStick, I believe. iStick TC 40 watts is what I'm using. Now I'm just showing you what I use. There's all kinds of different things on the market. Keep in mind, I'm not trying to blow clouds. I'm trying to quit smoking cigarettes, which I've successfully done now. I haven't had a cigarette in almost 3 years, going on 3 years now. I think it'll be 3 years in February of 2021. So it'll be about 3 years since I've had any cigarettes whatsoever. So I bought this little device. This is your battery. Okay, let me show it to you here real quick. So this your e-leaf i40 iStick TC40W. This is your battery, okay? This battery is going to last you a full day. You can smoke on this thing a full day. It charges micro USB on the bottom. Plug it into your laptop or whatever to charge it. That's what I do. It's real easy. Then you're going to have your top piece, and the top piece is your tank, and then your juice fits inside the tank. It's very easy. This is a very simple setup. It's a very cheap setup. These tanks only cost about $5 or $6. The coils are only $2 or $3 a piece. You could probably even get them cheaper online. So that's it. I use an e-liquid that is kind of like a cigarette tobacco flavor, and it works for me. It's a little bit sweet, and I like that flavor. I'm not a flavor junkie. I tried that in the beginning. Went out and bought a whole bunch of different crazy flavors, and some were good and some were bad, and I ended up with a whole drawer full of juice that I'll never vape. So waste of money. Don't do that. If you smoke a lot of cigarettes and you're trying to get off cigarettes, go get yourself this setup that I'm telling you about. Get this little top for it. This is an Aspire. I think that's how you pronounce that right. ASPIRE top. The tank for it. Usually comes with a black tip. I take those off because I don't need the black tip on it, so I take that off. Anyway, make sure your voltage is turned down to 8 on this, no more than 8. If you have it up over 8, you're going to burn your coil up, so don't do that. Anyway, fill this up with liquid. It's pretty simple to do. I'll have another tutorial video here, a part 2 coming up, and I'll show you specifically how you're going to fill this up. Anyway, fill this up, put this back on here, and then just hit it just like a cigarette. I'm using an 18 milligram e-liquid, and I buy these from a place that makes it in a laboratory right there on site, so I know that they're putting the right stuff in this. I'm not getting vitamin E acetate in this. There's no marijuana in this. There's none of that stuff. I'm not trying to get high. I'm not trying to blow clouds. I'm just trying to quit smoking. So, you know, this is the setup that's going to get you to quit smoking. Once you do this, you know, your first hit, it's going to be a little different, guys. It's going to feel different in your lungs. It's going to be a different hit. It's going to be a different flavor. But if you stick with it and you get used to it, you will be able to quit smoking. Yeah, I've been smoking this thing now for 3 years. I haven't had a cigarette, and yeah, you can say, well, you've just moved on to something else. True, but this has about 4 chemicals in it You have your e-juice, which is made up of chemicals. There's a food grade chemical and a medical grade chemical, and you can look that information up. It's readily available everywhere, and that's it. It doesn't have carcinogens. There's no smoke. There's no ash. There's no fire. There's none of the stuff that you get from cigarettes. So this is, if you're using it responsibly and you're buying your juice in the right places, this is a safer alternative to tobacco use, whether you want to admit it, believe it, or not.